And welcome back to Sports Check on this Monday morning. My name is Daniel Wahome. Conversations around sport is what we are having. And also keeping up with what's happening in the news, out there in the news. So today, committee meetings happening at Parliament buildings. And also there is a handover of agricultural aircraft to the Desert Locust Control Organization for East Africa. Plus also visit to Huduma Center's inspection of where services to the public are offered. So our team is out in the courts and wherever they are in Mombasa, in Kisumu, and they will be giving you all the reports as they come. So the final conversation that we're going to have this morning in the world of sport is all about personal fitness. There could be different reasons for you to get into training. Do you want to bulk up? That's one of the reasons why some train. There are others who actually want to stay in just fit. Make sure that they can go through everything around them. And there are those who will get into it to lose weight. But what's it all about personal fitness? Let's speak to one trainer, Prince Araraki. Prince.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's start with this. When it comes to personal fitness,
yes.
There are people who do it differently.
Yes.
There are those who run. Mm-hmm. There are those who hit the gym.
Exactly. Maybe
you could just tell us the two key differences with those. Oh yeah, and there are those who will walk for even 40 kilometers.
Exactly. Bulk, there's just the others want that want to just maintain. So for the walking or just running for even 40 kilometers, that's what we call is it's low intensity cardio. So with low intensity cardio, it will give you people like Kipchoge. Yeah, most of them are very lean. And the other one, they just want to maybe to do a very short and intense, it's HIIT, high intensive. So that's the difference between, like I see a person like Usain Bolt and Kipchoge. If you look at their body structure, it's totally different. So high intensive cardio, it builds more muscle, it burns more fat. Low intensity but long timer cardio, it burns like everything. It causes the body to go even under catabolism, muscle catabolism, whereby the body starts eating itself. Exactly. You even lose the muscle and you lose the fat. Exactly. That's why they're very lean. Exactly.
No, but those guys, I mean, if you just take a look at them, I mean, I've shaken their hands. These guys are not weak.
Exactly. They're not weak, they're strong. But they're hardened because they are well hardened. Kama watu wa mjengo. So, unaona ni tofauti sana. Na watu wanaenda gym. These are two different people, two different scenarios. So, as long as you know what you want, please go for it. Exactly.
So, for example, say, I weigh 95 kgs.
Yes,
I want to lose 23 kgs. I only have two options, starve myself or go through a regime. Just tell me that regime for me to drop that 23 kilos.
Exactly. Let's start this way. Let's start with the diet plan, a proper diet plan. For women, you need to go under, for women, you need to go to operate between 1,200 to 15 calories. For men, it's 1,200 to 1,500 calories. So you need to go under.
Those numbers are the same.
No.
12 to 15. For women,
18. For women, it's 12 to 15. For men, it's 12 to 1,800.
Okay.
Exactly. So mostly it involves just one muscle, like working on your bicep, working on tricep, working on your shoulders. Doing your chest press, that's a compound workout. Majorly big muscles, they are worked on compound workouts. The more you work on them, the more calories you're able to burn. For instance, 1 kg of fat is equals to 7,500 calories.
1 kg
1 kg of fat, yeah, is equals to 7,500 calories. So if you want to drop 1 kg in 1 week, you need to burn like 1,500 calories daily. So it means if you usually take your normal, like right now normally, you usually consume, let's say 2,000 to 3,000 calories normally. But if you cut down to around 1,500, you have already burned
800.
Exactly.
Now, this is where it now gets interesting, because people will go on this regime. And actually, how do you get into this regime without, number one, causing physical damage to your body? If you're weighing 95 and you want to go down to 72, there is a process. It won't happen.
It's not overnight.
It's not.
Exactly.
Like, it's not a syringe that's working on this. How do you get down to this?
First, I prefer to put it in my client's mind. Let's make it a lifestyle. It's not an event whereby you just come achieve what you want to live. Because at the end of the day, even if you achieve, either you went for liposuction or you came to the gym and got your results, at the end of the day, it's a lifestyle you're looking for. Because in the next 1 year, you'll be fat or you'll be slim. So as long as you keep eating, your body will change. So the best thing, I want you to inculcate the habit of training of a healthy lifestyle. That's working out and eating right. Eating right does not mean that you eat clean every time. You can still have your meals, like your pizza, you can still have your burger, you can still have your cake, you still have your ice cream, but at a portion. It's all about portion. Don't starve yourself, don't cut them. You're not supposed to cut them. But the best way to do that is to just know who you are and what you want and how your body works. Exactly.
And so there, you've started, I mean, that's from the side when it comes now to those who actually want to
achieve their results.
Achieve their results.
So gradually, let it be gradual. You should not rush into it.
Okay, now I want to do something. Think of this, a regime where you can actually, things that you can actually do at home.
At home.
If you want to shed that excess weight. So that one, when you lose that weight, your blood pressure naturally comes down.
It's true.
You're able to, you feel a little bit more energized.
Yeah. Back to the same thing, your diet.
First is the diet.
Diet.
What about the exercises? Zile tizi unachapa.
Wacha kwanza nibaki na diet kidogo tu. Because hata ukipiga tizi kwa usiku mzima, no eat vibaya itakuwa. Exactly. So let's start this way. If you take sugar, cut or reduce. That's number one. Number two, cut your portions. Ugali size yako, just your normal percentage. Just eat your ugali, no problem. Your normal percentage of the plate, just half it. That's it. As simple as that. Whatever you take, ikwe githeri, ikwe ugali, whatever you take, managu, whatever you take, plate, half it.
No, I'm not having managu.
Sawa. Just half it. So number two, workouts. The most important. Anza na squats. Kuna vitu kama squats, kuna kama burpees, combined strength training, resistance training, and cardio. That will give you results. You don't need to go to the gym, or you don't need to have equipment. As long as you have a small space at home, you can work out from there.
The right way to do a squat, because a squat somehow will definitely involve your joints.
Exactly.
And for anybody who's lost their fitness trying to get them, the knees get hot.
Exactly. Yeah. So what I usually suggest, start by sitting. Get a chair where you can sit comfortably. So you just sit and stand. Sit and stand. You build from that. Once you get that, your quads will be strong, so you can stand even on your own and do a proper squat. Your chest should be up, your back should be well aligned. Exactly.
Very interesting. That's, this exercise, everyday exercises are very easy. There is one I saw somewhere, a demonstration, where you put your arms, say,
here, back
on your bed, stretch, your legs out, and then
that's dips. It's called. Let's say there's a bar here and there's another bar here. So you hold it and do this. You do dips from there. You're working on your lower chest and you're working also on your triceps. So when it comes to working out, angling matters a lot. It can change everything. Exactly.
So ideally, if you're doing press-ups,
your butt should be down.
Yeah?
Your butt should be slightly down. Exactly. This way.
This way.
Exactly.
So ile tumezoea
mnakaa hivi, so unapata butt iko juu. So most of the people, they tend to have this, their butt is down, it is down. So it should be slightly this way. Exactly.
So that way you're able to do it correctly.
Thank you.
Those are some of the simple ones.
Yeah.
Now, some other things about when it comes to training is flexibility.
Very important.
How do you get this going?
Flexibility usually changes with as you age. So the best thing, you need to work on your mobility. Working on mobility, it involves different things. That's sitting and stretching. That's mobility workout. So the moment you finish working out, it's very important to stretch. Actually, it's one of the requirements. When you finish working out, stretch. It will improve your mobility and range of motion. Otherwise, your body will remain intact. It will be so tight, even to walk, and it will restrain you, even the normal functional movement. It will restrain you from that.
You know, people go to the gym and suddenly they feel like...
Yeah, exactly. Chest up,
chest out.
Exactly.
But you can't actually move. So
exactly. That's why I prefer...
You're stiff.
Exactly. You become very stiff. So the most important thing is work on your mobility. It's very important, mobility. If you work on mobility, you increase your range of motion, and muscles will be able to grow and they become flexible. Your muscles are like a bladder. Unajua bladder ya kuvuda, a rubber band. Exactly. Bladder ikikaa ile ikiwa cold, it's easy to tear. Ukihit bladder, you can stretch even longer. Exactly. So mobility napatia pia hiyo na importance of also warming up before a workout.
Actually, let's talk about that. Warming up.
Exactly.
What's I to do it? Because depending, I remember in high school, there was this coach who, for warming up, make you sprint. Go do some.
Exactly.
You're not actually warming up.
It's a workout on its own.
It's down to business.
Working out, before you work out, it's important you work out. You warm up. It depends with which muscle you're working on, you're targeting. Most of the people, they prefer coming, go to the treadmill, then they just start. But I prefer, I've been in this industry right now clocking 8 years plus, over 8 years. So what I suggest is if you're doing squats, mostly warm up on the legs. Exactly. Then you can do some other stretches that will involve the whole body and keep your heart racing first. Like jump squats, that will help. There's some mobility movement you can start, stretching the pelvic area, so to allow that movement. Otherwise, it will not be able to go down fully. You're supposed to. So the best thing, work on that muscle. You're working on your chest, warm up that muscle. Exactly. The other mistake I see at the gym, most people prefer to start with cardio, but it's essential. You warm up properly, then you are supposed to finish with cardio, not start with cardio, especially if you want to build muscle. And the secret of longevity is not the amount of cardio you do, but the amount of muscle mass you have. I want to emphasize that.
Well, looks like I have to bulk up and start looking like him. Another part of this, when it comes, spoken about that, you know, the flexibility, it's balance.
It's true.
You know, it's the joke was that if you use the paint can full of concrete and you try to do it, it's not evenly balanced.
Exactly.
So what happens is the left side
One side is 10 kg, the other side is 15.
The other side is even 12.
Yeah.
And so eventually it doesn't work out. But let's talk about balance and the importance of it.
It narrows down to one thing, your stability. And your stability, it's brought upon by your core strength. If you work on your core strength, actually your stability will come. And most of the people that focuses on that, your balance and stability, athletes. There's a difference. A workout athlete and maybe gym goer or a bodybuilder. For athletes, for them it's movement. Like let's say footballers, jumping. If you jump, come down, you already stand. So they need to work on that movement. So their workout is mostly movement. But for a gym goer, let's say you and me or any other bodybuilder out there, their main function or main thing or main purpose, it's muscle, building that muscle.
Yeah, because I want to talk this because even as you build the muscle,
exactly,
eventually you need some balance.
Exactly. So the most important thing, try to work on your core. Try to work on your core and those mobility movement.
Okay,
exactly. Core is the midsection area.
Yes.
Exactly. If you are strong here, other things will just follow suit.
Wow.
Exactly.
So that means, okay, I have a six-pack. It's only that it's not organized.
It's just inside there.
It's a one-pack. So ideally, this is what you need to get right first.
Exactly. So if you work on this, your stability will automatically come.
What's the right way to work on this? Because there are those who do rollers, there are those who do sit-ups.
Exactly.
Which is the right one?
There are several ways you can achieve that goals. But one of the simplest and the easiest is plank. Doing a plank. There are several kinds of plank. There's this normal plank, there's high plank, there's one leg plank, there's different kind of planks. But plank is one of the best you can do. And number two, crunches, just crunches. Just crunches, okay.
Actually, when you talk about planks, this is something that I've tried. I mean, a plank.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your record for a plank? Because it means you're on the floor.
Yes. On the floor, holding.
Right this.
Yes.
And you're actually in a press-up position.
Exactly.
And you're holding that.
Yeah.
Then suddenly, this place just gets hot.
Exactly. You're engaging your core muscles, actually to strengthen you. And the good thing with plank, not just working on your core, working on your shoulders and working on your legs too, your quads too.
Okay. What's the frequency? Because eventually you've got to build that kind of power.
It's something that you can build on. I prefer, if you've never tried, maybe you can start with 20 seconds, 30 seconds as you build. So your main challenge should be, you should not be where you were last time. If yesterday you did 20 seconds, next time you're doing it, even if it's tomorrow, try at least 30 or 25 seconds. So keep on adding time. Keep on adding time. That's how you'll strengthen the core.
Another part, about the entire thing that comes with this is, especially for recreational runners, the people who will be at every half marathon. They're not going to run for the prize money, but they're doing it for them, is speed and endurance.
Exactly.
How do you develop this?
Consistency. Actually, most of my clients, the ladies, majority of them, went to the marathon that was a month ago, I think so. It was a month ago.
There was one in TZ Kili.
And actually not the competition here in Nairobi. There's another one here. I usually advise them to go. Actually, to challenge them. Number two, it is something to see, to gauge yourself. They can gauge themselves. Exactly. It's very important. You may not go there for the prize money. You just want to go there and challenge yourself, gauge yourself. What I've been doing in the gym, can I see it? Can I reflect it? Or how will it feel? Exactly.
When it comes to because let me just talk about endurance.
Yeah.
What's the right way to build it?
Endurance.
Because there are those, I know there are people who, if they don't run in the morning, they catch two colds.
The best way to increase your endurance, it's working on the list. I prefer you do long time cardio, like even 1 hour or 2 hours. That's how when you can increase your lung capacity. Number two, I prefer you can also boost your hemoglobin. Meaning you take iron, lots of iron. That's when your red blood cells will be multiply. You'll be able to take in more oxygen. Exactly. With that, you'll be able to run even for longer. So the best thing, just try to be patient with yourself. and work on your kilometers. Let's say for a 1 week, you can do maybe a normal person who doesn't work, who has a normal work. If you can do like 20 kilometers a week, it's fine. Like 5 every day, you're good.
So don't go blowing yourself out doing a half marathon, doing 20 Ks
if you can
day.
manage well and good. Yeah.
Now, let me talk about speed now.
Yeah.
And
speed is key.
This is not just for competition, not for you to be another Omanyala,
yeah,
but also, you know, things that would help you.
Exactly.
If, say, find a ditch.
Yeah.
And you have
exactly.
You've got your flexibility, but you're able to move quick.
Exactly. It's all about speed. I'll put it in two categories. The speed for you to achieve your body goals, and the speed to boost your daily functions. And thus it narrows down to reflexes. How is your reflex? Exactly. Maybe there's a punch throw, you can move a bit, something like that. So it narrows down to reflex. When it comes to building your muscle...
Let's start with the first one. Just talk about them separately.
Okay.
Start fast. When it comes to speed, about reflexes.
Exactly.
Talk about, simply talk about how you do that.
Oh, reflexes.
Because I've seen, I mean, at times...
It's training. It's all about training. You can't just wake up one day and improve your reflexes. Same as shooting. You need to go to the range, shoot it. So the amount of seconds you remove your gun and shoot, it matters a lot. Same to, let's say, your reflexes.
Yes, boxing.
Okay, boxing. Like when it comes to boxing, you can do some tennis ball. A trainer can hold a tennis ball and you are just there. So it doesn't tell you which hand you release the tennis ball. So it's up to you to catch the tennis ball and return it, then wait for the other one. So so this position, hold two tennis ball, so you're just there, guarding. So when he releases, you have to go down and catch. So it increases your speed. And the other things like a reflex when you're punching, so you need to know how to move or something of the sort. So it's all about training, nothing else.
And what about when it comes to normal motion? Speed when it comes to normal motion.
Speed to normal motion, it narrows down to one thing. How alert are you? How aware are you? Because if you see it coming, if you see it, if you are present, if you're alert, you'll know how to react.
That is very interesting. The most important thing at the end of the day, you say that the long term you've got to bulk up, but it is about power.
I'm talking about building muscle. You can be lean, but you have enough muscle. Your muscle mass, it's higher compared to your fat muscle.
Basically, yes.
Exactly. You can be lean as possible, but the higher percentage is muscle. That's the most important. Exactly.
Now let's talk about power,
Yeah.
because I know that's something that comes with this.
Yeah.
You know, whether you do your leg presses,
Yeah.
or your box jumps, your
Yeah.
burpees, power. How do you build that up?
Power, it comes to explosiveness. Power, it's more of explosive, whereby you can push, somebody can look at you and can't even imagine the amount of weight you're able to push. So power, you cultivate it by the kind of exercise you do. And mostly it's through explosive workouts. But as for strength, it's different. Strength, it's built on heavy weights. That's the difference. Yeah, exactly.
So ideally, those who go pumping weights, all they're building is strength.
Strength, exactly. But for athletes, for them majorly, apart from strength, is the power. Apart from strength is the power. Because it should be explosive.
Good. Now, things people should know. Let us start with this. The don'ts of fitness training, whether at personal level or any other level. Or even if you go to a gym or if you're doing it at home.
Don'ts. Let's start with do's. If you're on weight loss, start working out on an empty stomach. If it's don't eat then work out, especially if you're not working out, you're on a weight loss program. Other thing, don't Don't finish your workout, then just go home. Need to stretch. Don't start your workout without warming up. Don't do a workout if you don't know how it's supposed to be done, because you can injure yourself. Posture, form is very important when it comes to working out. Exactly.
Now, the do's of all of these things, of whenever you want to do that workout, the real do's, whether it's at the gym or back home.
The most important, be consistent. Just be consistent. Because at the end of the day, is the sustainability. It's not just starting, make it sustainable. How you eat, how you work out, whether from the gym or from home, just make it sustainable. So try and be consistent. Whatever you do, just try and be consistent. Exactly.
Even as we speak about this, it's an interesting period. Next 2 months or so, it's going to be an interesting time, I've got to say.
Yeah.
At the moment, for those who are Anglicans and Roman Catholics, they are at Lent, which means that they are fasting.
Exactly.
And not so far from now, we're going to be getting into Ramadan.
Yes.
How does somebody go through these fitness regimes when, because tumezoea kukula tu every time, and you've just told people, listen, get used to training on an empty stomach. Just help people understand this so that they pick up the right thing, especially when they're going
these
through
are
this.
two people. They are Christians and Muslims. For Muslims, they are not allowed to take water. For Christians, they can do. So I'll prefer when you're taking, when you're on fast, as you take your water, either it's spiritual or you're intermittent fasting, like you're for normal body, please add salt. I really want to emphasize this. Add salt in your water. Don't just take plain water. Add salt. Because the moment you fast or the moment you starve yourself, you lose a lot of electrolytes. So the moment, it's like when you're diarrheaing. You need to take salt and sugar and everything.
ORS.
Exactly, ORS. So when you're fasting, start with water and salt. A little bit, just a pinch. Exactly. It will replenish your body. That's number one. Number two, you don't have to work out as intense as you usually work out, especially when you're on a fast. Just a light workout, and you're good to go. And before you fast, as you enter, please try and pace yourself. Here and also here by starting eating less. Si ati ni kesho unajua unaamka tu una fast, hapana. At least in 3 days ama 1 week, start eating less. Let your body get acclimatized to it. Let your body start adapting to that situation or circumstance you're subjecting it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prince Araraki is a fitness trainer. Thank you very much for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Here and taking us through all about fitness, what you need to know when it comes to that. Well, my name is Daniel Wahome, and it's been a pleasure being with you here as we spoke blind chess for the blind and the IDP African Championships, and finally, personal fitness regimes that you need to take up in the gym or at home. On behalf of the team that put this together, I want to say thank you very much, because it's now time for me to leave. And on behalf of you, the viewer, I want to say thank you. Tuko hapa kwa sababu yako. Coming up next is Kurunzi Mashinani with Gladys Mungai, followed by the interview program Tamrini. It's been a pleasure being with you. Have a good day.